like,
I'm
give me a
proud
share
of
if
you.
you care, because I got my baby girl on the line, and we're going to have us a great time. So come on, give me some hearts, give me some likes, and then give me some
Yes,
shares, because we're going to give you
yes.
some great value. And again, I always give a disclaimer, it's Dr. Breakthrough. I can't provide the breakthrough, I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow the prescription, God provides it. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. You just watch me break through. Gray hair and all. I figured out how to finally get my daughter on this. Hey, Dr. Christina Harris, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell the folks where you zooming in from and what's been going on with your incredible life, looking beautiful and brilliant as always.
Joining from Philly. Really excited. It's rainy here, but I'm feeling great, having a fabulous day. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me, and I'm ready. I'm ready for my breakthrough.
Well, one of the things I want to say is that you grew up being not homeschooled, but you grew up being road schooled, and you and your brothers, y'all been probably about 28 to 30 different states, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so so tell us a little bit about what it was like, and then the fact that somehow now you're into this traveling thing. Well, no, let me back up, because I want you to talk about the fact, because you've been a given person your whole entire life, and you graduated top of your class and then end up teaching. But anyway, I'm not going to tell the story. You tell the story.
Wait, where do you want me to start? Because we got tell me where to start, and I'll jump in.
Yeah, just go ahead. I'm trying to put my phone back in the
Okay.
stand so I won't be shaking.
So, yeah. So, like you said, I started off as a teacher, and that's something that I've been passionate about. I think I knew from when I was in high school. I told y'all I was going to be a teacher, and that's what I did. I taught English for about six years, I think. And then moved to Philly, came here to do my doctoral program, earned my PhD in Africology and African American Studies, and continued teaching, doing community work, teaching Black Studies at Temple University and Stockton University. And so, it's something that I've always been passionate about. But while I was doing my PhD, I did a study abroad trip to Ghana, and that was something that reignited that travel bug that I think I kind of got from you when I was younger, doing all that traveling around the road, going with you as you were an evangelist, traveling to, different states, cities, countries, all over the place, and just kind of constantly being on the road. And that really enabled me to understand and understand the importance of travel, gain an appreciation for it, but also educationally, it laid that foundation that I needed to go on and excel when I went to traditional schooling. I was learning at my own pace. Mom had me reading at 4, and you had me quoting Bible verses and, jumping up on stage with you when you were preaching. And so it was something that just kind of came natural to me. And I was able to, fly through all my studies easily, and, then be able to help folks and teach people about African American history and culture. And so it's been a whirlwind journey. And now I'm coming back around full circle and getting into travel content creating. And I'm so excited.
Wait a minute. You just said something. But hey, everybody, come on now. You got to give me, y'all know me. You got to give me a heart. You got to give me a like. No, don't give me no like. Give me some hearts, because I got my heart on here with me. My baby girl, Dr. Christina Harris. And Doc, you remember I had a picture of you when you were like, 5 or 6, when I was a college professor. You were visiting my class. And what was it, 24 years later, 25? I was visiting your class when you were a professor.
Yeah, that was a full circle moment. Like, I still remember that was one of my core memories. I don't know if it was true or not, but you told me that I had to be 5 to visit you on campus. And
yeah,
so
okay.
on my 5th birthday, mom got me all dressed up, and I had my hair done, and we still have that picture. And I went to class and sat in on your classes with you, and all your students were giving me candy, and I was just sitting there feeling so grown. And so it was such a surreal moment. Then I think it was about 24 years later when I taught my first class. And I remember posting my picture from my first day teaching and my first day visiting you side by side. And, you know, just being able to experience that and being able to walk in your footsteps. And, you know, I'm here to be your Elisha. So.
Well, that's right, because you're going to do twice as much. I mean, I've been to 28 countries preaching and speaking, and you've been to what, 38 so far?
And later this month, I'll be traveling to number 39.
And next month, you'll be 39. Come on,
right.
Go ahead. And so it's amazing because, folks, listen. I remember when I was, younger, and Christina was younger, and Josh and Josiah and Justin, and people say, oh, if you just be half the man your dad, and I pull them aside and say, no, they don't understand. Because Jesus said, the works that I do shall you do also, in greater works. And I gave the illustration. Elisha was mentored by Elijah, and he did twice as many. So I said, y'all do twice as much as your mom and I, because we're teaching you everything we know, and then God's going to teach his own stuff and take you on his own path. And then you're going to learn from people that maybe we wouldn't even allow ourselves to learn from. So you got a great advantage. And so again, I know, like I said, both of your grandmothers are looking down in heaven saying, go girl, carry our legacy. By the way, everybody write this down, because note takers are money makers, and the weakest ink is stronger than the strongest memory. But Dr. Breakthrough says action takers are bigger money makers. And you want to right now hit heart, hit like, hit share, because I'm going to have her. She's going to give you some quick travel tips. I don't know. This lady can make $1 holler. You hear me now? I'm talking about she learned some things that I didn't even learn. So I heard her being interviewed last night, and I was like writing stuff down real quick. And so real quick, share this so other folks can get this. And I'm going to have her do that in a minute. But right before I do, I want you to folks just to understand something. And that is this. That is, this generation, listen, my friend, this generation, they got so much more opposition. They got so much more craziness hitting them. But the Bible says, where sin doth abound, grace doth much more abound. And I'm glad there's some young folks like my daughter who's accepting the grace to continue and go further, as opposed to just sitting back and so forth. And so anyway, I just want to say, obviously, when you were born, I mean, I fell in love with you. You was in your mama's belly, right? But then when you were born, my life was just totally transformed. And those you don't know, I have a picture when she was a little baby, hold her up like Kunta Kinte. And I'll never forget, this church, they asked me to do a missions conference. I'm like, no, I'm an evangelist. I don't preach missions conference. And the guy said, no, I prayed about it. You're the guy. And I don't even know if you remember this. And so I preached, and the first night, here come my little girl walking down the aisle saying, Daddy, I want to give my whole life. I mean, I got saved, but I just want to give my whole life to surrender to be a missionary, whatever he wants. And literally, you kind of been doing that with what you're doing. You've been to how many African countries?
9 African countries.
Wow. And what you're doing in the inner cities. And by the way, like businesses, there's businesses in Dallas that I've supported because you made me aware of those businesses. And so I was like, wow, she's actually doing that in a different, in a different way. And it's just amazing. But you've always been this giving, caring person. And by the way, I always say this to people: invest in a woman or a girl, because you're investing in someone who invests in everyone else. Let me say that again, write that down. Always invest in a woman or a girl, because when you invest in a woman, you invest in a girl. And now my baby girl is a big, little big woman, mature, super mature woman, earned doctor's degrees and all that. But when you invest in a girl or woman, you're investing in someone that gives to just about to everybody else. That everything they touch, they make it better, right? And my life, even throughout her life, when she's the child, but there's things that I was inspired to do, because I was like, man, I want my daughter to be proud of her dad, right? And I know many of you parents are out there the same way, right? And so just vicariously do that. But hey, you went from being a professor, set salary, set schedule, to jumping into entrepreneurship, and now you launched your own business. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Right. So during the pandemic, I was teaching.
The pandemic. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
The pandemic. Okay. They call it a pandemic. I call it a plan.
Okay. So I had a full-time teaching job. I had a part-time teaching job. And I had 3 other like consulting gigs. And, you know, since I was stuck in the house and had a lot of energy, I was just, you know, working. And I was like, man, I'm tired of this. And, you know, really got to the point where I was starting to get exhausted. And, you know, I know how detrimental that can be. And I said, I'm not doing it to myself. And so I was, you know, blessed enough to be able to take a year off. And so I took off a year, traveled, relaxed, read, you know, did all the things that brought me joy. And when I was ready to come back, I was like, you know, let me think about this, you know, what I want to do. And during that time, you know, the whole entire time I mentioned before that I had studied abroad in Ghana. And that's when I really started getting into international travel and started going. I was going to, you know, 6, 7 countries a year, and just really loved to travel and had to figure out how to do it on a budget as a grad student. And so as I'm traveling, I'm posting pictures and folks were like, oh, you should, you know, be a travel blogger. You should be an influencer, a content creator. And I'm like, no, that's okay. But during that year that I was off, I was, you know, had time and I was sharing a lot more, and folks were really starting to appreciate being able to see the world through my eyes, being able to see, you know, what's out there, learning about different people and different cultures, and just becoming more aware. And in essence, you know, literally just sort of traveling vicariously through me. But not only that, learning how to travel actually for themselves.
Wow.
And so as that message started connecting with people and resonating with people, I said, you know what, let me start sharing a little bit more. And so I started doing that, and I still wasn't even calling myself a content creator, but there was one trip we went, Justin's 30th birthday, my young brother, me and my middle brother, Josiah, took him to Miami, and we were on a tour, this amazing Black-owned tour of Wynwood. And Josiah was like, yeah, this is my sister. She's a content creator. And I was like, huh, maybe I am. And so, you know, it was just amazing. I'd always tell him that I'm grateful for him for, you know, saying that and speaking that into me. And so I've been, you know, moving full speed ahead now, just like you taught me. And, you know, whatever I do, I'm gonna do it well. And so I've been blessed to be able to, you know, garner over 65,000 followers between Instagram and Facebook.
Whoa, wait. Did you said 65,000?
5,000, yes. And it
Okay,
was just
wait. Y'all in the chat. Hey, y'all in the chat, talk to me. How many of y'all would like to have 65,000 followers? Put me, come on, respond, talk to me now. Say, who would like to have 65,000 followers? As a matter of fact, give me a heart, give me a like, give me a share. Share this thing. And you're hearing from Dr. Christina Harris, known as Dr. Afia, 65,000 followers. Go ahead, girl.
So, and I think that one of the key things that allowed me to do that is because my posts are highlighting other people. And so, you know, I travel around, I'm passionate about supporting Black-owned businesses. I understand a lot of the disparities in the in resources that they have, and, you know, what they're able to offer, and then also the promotion that they receive. And, you know, them being able to be highlighted for a small business can be huge and can be life-changing. And so, you know, I love to travel. I love to eat great food. I love, you know, going to festivals and events. And so I share all of those things, and folks love it. And so that's how I was able to build my platform. And I'm just, you know, so grateful and so blessed to be able to, you know, do what I love to do.
Wow. So real quick, can you share a couple trip saving tips like you did last night? Like, because you've learned so much. You're not just, I mean, you've read hundreds, and I mean, you were such a voracious reader, even from a little girl. And we were like, oh my goodness, we got to find some more good books for her to read. Like, you were just like eating them things. And but now, like I said, you've learned some things, and I listened to you last night, and I was like, wow. So could you give our viewers a couple of tax saving tips? Excuse me. You know what I mean? When you travel, how do they save? How do they do more effective?
Travel tips.
Yeah.
And so Yeah, I actually learned about this writing my dissertation. My dissertation was around the Black travel experience, and really looking at how folks traveled, how they got access to travel, how they used travel to learn about themselves. There were a lot of cultural heritage tours in the 60s and 70s. And then folks also traveling in America in the Jim Crow South, trying to stay safe with things like the Green Book. And so I'm looking at how we're able to do that digitally online in the 21st century. And so learned a lot. And like I said, I was also a grad student trying to travel. So one of the things I learned about was the Travel Noir is a company that allows you to buy flights essentially on layaway. And so they had a program that was, 5-6 years ago, before we had all this Klarna and Afterpay and things like that. This was a Black owned business that would allow you to buy a plane ticket and pay for it in installments. And so that was huge, with allowing people to be able to afford something and having the option and the flexibility to pay for it over time without interest. Secondly, I also learned about travel credit cards. And I think that's one of the biggest things. If you are a responsible person, and if you if you have decent credit, get a travel credit card. Don't just run it up, but pay for your necessities, your gas, your groceries, some of your bills if you can. Some people figure out how to pay their rent with certain cards. And then you're earning points and you're earning miles on all of those purchases. And I talked to some folks and they're like, oh, I always thought that was a gimmick. Like, I saw that stuff all the. It's not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. My good friend Ronnie Dunstan has a system called Tricks to Travel, and he breaks it down step by step, compares cards, gives you suggestions based on your lifestyle and what you do, where you spend your money, on what cards might be right for you. And this man has been traveling for the last, him and his wife have been to 100 countries together. And in the past 10 years, he has not paid for a flight or a hotel room anywhere. And he's going to the Maldives, he's going to Singapore, he's going all over the place. And so I started it, and then I got his system. I said, let me do this. And so I've been working the system. I've been, getting flights and hotels and things for free. I was able, last month, took my mom to Baltimore for her birthday and was able to get a free hotel stay while we were there, just using my points. And so that is a huge, huge one. If you're the person that's like, you know what, I'm not quite there yet with the credit cards. I'm working on a few things. That's okay too. I learned that if you travel with budget airlines, they're not for everybody. I understand this. Not everyone, if you were blessed to be able to get regular flights, do it, use your points and don't pay for them. But if you're working your way up and you fly on budget airlines, this is Frontier, Spirit Airlines, go to the airport, find the flight that you want online, but don't buy it online. Go to the airport, go to the ticket counter, like right where you would check your bags, and just say, I'd like to purchase a ticket. Here's my destination and dates, and you'll save money. I save between $20 to $50 at least every ticket that I buy that way. Wow. I remember one time I was in grad school, I had a conference to get to in Charleston, South Carolina, and I saw the ticket. It was online. It was like $70. I was like, okay, that's cool. I can do that. I went to the airport. It was $24.
$24.
What? And so, yeah, and there's been several that I've gotten at those prices. And so
wait, hold
this
on,
doesn't
baby
work
girl.
with Delta, American.
Hold on, baby girl. Hold on. Come on, in the chat. Y'all got to talk to me. Who is still the one to get a ticket? 70 is a great price, but how many y'all say 24 is a whole lot better than 70? Come on, give me some hearts.
A bus ticket.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You can't. That's an Uber ride.
Likes. Come on, give me some shares. Somebody needs to hear this information. We saving people money, my friend. That's good, Doc. That's good. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm learning, Daddy learning from daughter now. I used to teach you, now you teach me. Come on. So real quick, I know we've been over time. We got to come to a close, but real quick, you got nominated for the special award. And the reason I brought you on live is I saw a GoFundMe thing, and you're nominated. So tell us about that, and real quick, briefly, because that's incredible. By the way, congratulations for your nomination.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm just so incredibly honored, moving into a new space. I'm the person that, likes to be the expert and know everything about what I'm doing. I was in education for decades. And so moving into a new space has been challenging. And so I'm just so grateful that I'm being recognized for the work that I'm doing already. The Black Travel Summit is an organization that works with content creators, and I've been nominated for Career Professional of the Year. They're holding their summit on October 20th in Miami, Florida. And so I have a free ticket to the gala. I'm trying to get to the summit. I have these 2 months are busy. I've already booked like 8 or 9 trips already before I found out about this. So I'm like, man, I would really love to go. I've been wanting to go to a conference. As an academic, I learned exactly how important conferences are. Like, there is nothing like going there, learning from other folks that are doing what you're doing and doing the things that you want to do, and then meeting those folks that are going to give you opportunities. I've gotten so many job offers, so many projects and things like that. And so I'm really excited to go to this summit so that I can attend the award show, but also learn from the other people that are in my field and soak up that knowledge and build those connections. There's going to be a lot of brands there that I'll be able to connect with. And so this is one of the things that I'm most excited about, because as I mentioned before, a lot of the work that I'm doing is supporting small businesses. It's supporting people that don't have a budget for marketing and promotions, folks that are starting out, they have a very small operation, they're not getting access to business grants and things that other businesses are getting. And so they really need the help. But when I'm an entrepreneur and I'm doing this full time, I can't always help people for free. And I'd like to. And so one of the strategies that I've learned through, talking to some of the people that mentor me in this space is connecting with brands, being able to get contracts with a brand, and, they pay me $10,000 for a project. I can help 2 or 3 businesses. I can say, what, you budget, no problem. I'm coming through, and let me figure out what I can do to help you. And so I'm that's one of the things that I'm most excited about. And so I'm started a GoFundMe to raise funds in order to help me get to the conference. Airfare, the hotel, Miami hotels are crazy, but I understand how important it is to stay at the conference hotel, because a lot of things happen after the session. A lot of relationships are built. So I'd like to stay at the hotel, get my conference registration and my airfare. And so we have a GoFundMe going on. And let me go. Do you have the link handy?
I just posted it, so it's right now, folks. You can look there.
Okay.
See that? Come on now, come on. I'm breaking through. But hey, listen. But let me say this to those of you who follow, those who are listening, either whether you're live or replay. First of all, it's already half the money is raised. I said, a few of my friends, I had people all the time say, Dr. Breakthrough, you've been such a blessing. You've been such an encouragement. What can I do for you? And I was like, I don't need anything, you just pray for us, whatever else. Well, now I'm telling you, my baby girl, we raised them from they were little. You never ask us for money. Don't ask your mom and I for money. I'm sure you remember this. You ask me for work, and we will pay you well. This little girl's been up all night long back when we had cassettes and putting on labels and stuff. Of course, mom was mad at me the next day, like, what in the world? I was like, look. But anyway, and you've always been a hard worker, working through, just amazing. But anyway, so listen, if you want to give to a great cause, she's not losing her house. She's not losing her car. This ain't no gun GoFundMe, because, I said to somebody, and they said, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, sorry for what? No. My daughter earned doctorate. She's on her way to a conference. She's blessed so many people, helped so many people. And you even said to me, Dad, do you think this is going to be? I was like, girl, please. You didn't help so many people. It's your turn. You sowed, and the Bible said you should reap. You know what I mean? This Sunday in church, I always tithe, and I always give above the tithe and the offering. And then I gave even above that. But then the special guest preacher preached, and the pastor stood up and said, I need 25 of y'all gonna give at least $100. Come on up here. What did me and Nadia do? I went running up there, right? Like, I already gave way more. You understand what I'm saying? But I was like, and so I've always been that kind of person. And listen, my friend, you could be that kind of person. We've had people already jumping to give. And so again, if it touches your heart, listen, my friend, not an emotional, but if it touches your heart, say, look, this is a young lady that's going somewhere. She's invested in others. I want to invest in her. And so listen, just the saving tips alone she gave you, you're going to save. So here's what I want to do. Go to the link. I think it's at least $20 to make you a gold, $50 I think is silver, $100 is platinum. And listen, and I would
think that you give is fine.
Yeah, anything you give. But Christina, what happened to the one young lady that you were kind of cautious about doing this? And the one young lady that's a business owner, she was blessed. She said she had goosebumps because you asked for help.
Right. Yeah, I like I said, I was a little hesitant, but I talked to some people that were close to me. They're like, no, you need to do this. And so the first day that the campaign was live, somebody donated, somebody that I don't know, donated. I think she knows me. She's been familiar with my work.
I donated too.
I know. But in the comments with her donation, she said, you know what, I just really want to thank you for doing this and for being brave enough to ask for what you needed, because so many times I'm hesitant and I don't want to ask people for help. And so I know that a lot of times, when you're a good person, you get used to giving, and you get used to giving and giving and giving and giving. And sometimes you don't want to be the person to ask. Sometimes there's pride. Sometimes there's fear. Sometimes there's so many barriers that hold you back. And so it really blessed me and touched my heart that she reached out and she said, I needed to see this. I needed to see this example. And I understand how important it is to ask for things when you need it, to let people be a blessing to you, because you know what? When you're a blessing to others, God is going to bless you. And I know you've seen that so many times. You grew up showing that to me and being that example of, blessing others and blessing others and blessing others. And then when you need something, your community has you, God has you, friends and family, but you got to ask. You got to say something. Is closed mouth doesn't get fed. And so I was like, let me open my mouth.
Come on. Hey, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. And I always tell people that verse will never apply to Dr. Breakthrough, because I'm going to ask. Matter of fact, many of you, I've asked you about joining the business. I always say, tell me yes, tell me no, tell me something. I got to go. But just right, I'm going to ask. And by the way, you could build your business on this. You pastors, you got to have a bigger church. You just got to learn to ask. And by the way, if you learn to ask of God as well. So listen, I'm asking you, I asked you, give me a heart. I asked you, give me a like, give me a share. Whatever you can give, go ahead and give. And I want to do something special if you don't mind. By the way, all of my books, like Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, guess who did the editing? Guess who marked up all my beautiful... My daughter's an English baby, man, but she did the editing on my book. She did the editing on this book. I mean, all of our books, not even have them all, but just some of them that I have. And so anyway, I want to do this. If you go to that link and you give, then you inbox me or text me and let me know. And I'm going to send you one of my books free. You donate to my daughter, bless her. You're going to be blessed. But I'll give you one of my books. You just let me know. Hey, Doc, I want the book on love, or I want the book on how to build a big team. Y'all know in network marketing, we built a team of 1.5 million. Or Position to Prosper, that one that Nadia and I wrote together. Or my favorite of favorites, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed. 7 Simple Steps to Your Success, endorsed by Les Brown and many others. So the link is in the chat. Donate to my daughter's cause. And you send me a note, send me a message, inbox me, or text me at 717-275-3508. Now this book is 25 plus shipping. You just donate $20. It don't matter. You let me know. I'm going to send this to you. If you want the breakthrough, whatever book you want, my friend, we'll send it. And by the way, if you're one of those ones that does the platinum, the $100, good gracious, tell me. I'll send you a couple of books. Come on now. We want to bless you if you're willing to give like that. So anyway, and again, if you can give, don't feel bad. If it's not for you, don't worry about it. Off. Mark 5:36. It reminds me of different scriptures. If thou canst, fear not, only believe. So that's just let us know, fear not, only believe. By the way, when you get to a place where you don't fear and you only believe, you can only achieve and only succeed. So, baby girl, hey, I'm gonna let everybody go. But
wait,
before I do,
hold on. I just want to say I just saw Liz is going to donate now. I want to say thank you, Liz.
Congratulations,
Liz. You know, I'm just so grateful that folks are willing to invest in me and by extension investing in our community, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to serve, and I'm happy to get all the tools and all the resources that I can. So thank you so much for that, and God bless you. Anyone else wants to join Liz, feel free. Now is a great opportunity. If you'd like to grab the link and save it for later, it's on my dad's page, it's on my page. If you're waiting for payday, that's fine too. I'm asking for donations by the 15th so that I'll be able to make it by October 20th. So if you can donate anything between now and October 15th, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that.
Okay, and hey, what if somebody says, hey, I got a book, I want to edit it. Would you be willing to, I'll hire you to edit my book. How can they contact you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can reach out to me. My email is drchristina.harris@gmail.com. No dots, no spaces, just DrChristina HARRIS. And that information is also on my page as well. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. I'm always sharing valuable information. And again, and then after the conference, I'm coming back, and I'm definitely going to be sharing with you guys what I learned. So if you'd like to stay in touch and follow up and, you know, see where your seed went, feel free to follow along with me. And I'm happy to share.
Hey, and by the way, Liz is just a new friend that I met in one of my businesses. And so Liz, again, thank you. And she lives here in this area. Liz, you and I got to get together, by the way. But thank you, Dr. Christina. Thank you, daughter. Thank you. I love you. I'm proud of you. I mean, it's just amazing. Your brilliance, your beauty, your elegance. I mean, you're just amazing. That's all I can say. And I'm just so grateful that God allowed me to be your dad. And I tell you, folks, when many of you know, a couple years ago, I had COVID. And man, the second I got to the hospital, you know what happened? My daughter come flying in, like, girl, you got to be careful. I got COVID. She's like, no, I'm coming to see my dad. And so thank you. I love you. Thank you for that. And so, hey, everybody. So peace, breakthrough, and divine increase. This has been Dr. Stan Harris. This is Daddy and Daughter Live, or Dad and Daughter Love. And hey, hit heart, hit like, hit share if you care. Remember, I got to leave you one little thing. If you think you are beaten, you are. And if you think you're done out, you won't. If you like to win but think you can, it's almost a cinch you won't. Hey, if you think you will lose, you've already lost. For this powerful truth to be found, success begins with a person's will. It's all a state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger woman or man, but sooner or later, those who win are those who first think and then know that they can. And my daughter, Dr. Christina, and I, we know you, with God's help, can win. Is that right, baby girl?
That's exactly right.
All right. Hey, we'll be back after her trip, and she'll give another report. And besides that, I'm going to let her teach y'all a lesson that she taught one of my teams that blew me away. And then I developed my whole training from her training. And so I'm just going to tell you bad to the bone, baby girl. You bad to the bone. So love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Love you
See
too.
everybody. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.